Hi guys, and welcome in this video of the moves section. So today we will work a little bit more on our lower body. So without no further ado, let's start. And we will start with our cross-leg position, just sitting or like sitting in Sisa, whatever feels good for you. And take a moment here just to reset. We want to start to bring the tension inward as we move a little bit more fast. So also to feel the deep connection with our breath. So we inhale and we exhale from the nostrils. Maybe we relax the hands wherever feels good for us, or simply on top of the knees. Start gently closing your eyes and notice that as you let the air flow in and out from the nostrils, you can invite a little moment of understanding the dynamics of the breathing. And you can also invite a little bit of joy as you breathe in and out, and hopefully the joy will be also expressed throughout your movement practice. Start gently to bring the hands in front of the heart. Exhale, bow down. And set an intention or just find something that can keep you moving from a point of joy, from happiness. Gently start to open your eyes and we will roll on our hands and knees. Finding first tabletop position. We want to warm up quickly the wrists, so hands under the shoulder, knees hip width apart, and we start to make circles. We will take like 4 to 5 circles in one direction. And then we will change. If you were moving clockwise, remind yourself to move anti-clockwise. Just invite both ways. Start gently to send the hands towards the fingers towards the knees. Maybe bringing the knees a little bit closer. Inhaling here, exhale, sitting towards the heels. You can also like lift the palms or stay with the palms towards the ground. Exhale, come forward around your spine. Inhale, a little arch of the spine, sit back. Inhale, round and press. Exhale, find that little movement into the spine. Inhale, round forward. Last one, sit back. Exhale, round forward. Now keep the hands where they are, neutralize the spine and bring the knees under the hips if they were a little bit more in front to facilitate the movement. And we have this weird cat and cows with the fingers pointing towards the knees. So breathe in, arch the spine, belly drop, chest open, squeeze the shoulder, look up. Exhale, reverse the motion, navel to middle spine to upper spine. Look at the belly button. Inhale, open up. Exhale, rounding into the spine. Inhale, opening. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, rounding. Last one, breathe in. And exhale, rounding. Now tuck your toes, sit back. And maybe grab the wrist with one hand and start to make circle at the wrist. So we want to just do a couple of wrist circle. You can always stay with the toes stuck or whatever feels uncomfortable. Like Patrick is showing, you can untuck the toes. And then change directions. 5 circle one direction, 5 into the other. I always find this one quite fun because one arm is super easy and the other one feels super weird. So just embrace also a little bit of the weirdness. We will have some today as well. So change. 5 circle in one direction. 3, 2, and 1. And 5 circle in the other one. 3, 2, and 1. Give your hands a nice shake. Place yourself into your tabletop position. I will show you towards the side. Patrick will keep showing into the front. We enter in our hip cars. So I will start by sending the right leg out, finding a knee bend, and then we open the knee onto the side. And then we drop the knee down. Exhale, find these nice circles. 4 in one direction. And then we change direction. So we open to the side first, we send the foot up, and then we bring the knee down. And we continue again. 3, 2, 1. And now start to extend the right leg out. So send the knee onto the side. Patrick will keep the knee bent. I will extend the leg onto the side. So the idea is like to keep the leg extended onto the side, and we drop it for 5, left, 4, left, 3, left, 2, left, 1, stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the foot down. Start to come all the way up. Send the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands in front of the heart. Send your left hand onto the ground. Send the right arm up. So find a modified side plank. Inhaling here. Exhale. Start to bring the right leg towards the front. And then send it back towards the side. So we can sit a little bit back. Exhale. Right leg towards the front. Exhale to the side. Inhale, right leg forward. Exhale to the side. Last 2. And to the side. And again to the front. Now, if you are facing the mat like Patrick is doing, probably you can land the foot towards the front of the mat. Now we come into our low lunge with the foot out. So a lizard pose. Inhaling here and move a little bit back and forward. I want to ask you to move the knee, kind of making a nice circle. So just move the knee in all direction. Also be aware that moving in different direction the knee can just give us a nice sensation, and it actually does us good. So find your lizard position. We will slide maybe the left knee a little bit more back. And we start by dropping the elbows down. Dropping the elbows down, or potentially stay on hands if this one feels good. You can even consider to open the arms onto the side, gently bringing the crown of the head onto the floor. Wherever you are, stay here for 3. Breathe into the space for 2. And inhale. Start to come up. We will stay with our hands under the shoulder like Patrick will show, or I will bring in the left elbow down. If you do this, you can grab the opposite ankle with the left hand. Start to bend the back knee, grab the back foot with the right hand, so circle all the way back. Patrick is going to show you with the hand on the floor. Inhaling here, push the foot away from you, like if you want to give it a nice kick. Exhale, bring the heel towards the bum. We do it for 3 times. Exhale, push the foot away. Inhale, heel towards the bum. Exhale, push the foot away. Inhale, heel towards the bum. Exhale, release, step back, put hands onto the ground. Now step the left knee a little bit closer. Press into the floor. Lift the right foot like if you wanted to have it floated onto the ground, and then step it back. Again, tabletop position. We will go in our hip cars onto the other side. So start by sending the left leg onto the side, and send the leg up. Make circle, just thinking about flossing the hip. Staying here for 4 roughly. And then reverse the movement. We open maybe onto the other direction. And you might notice that there is some sound happening at the hip, and it's so good. Right? All right, start to open the leg onto the side, extend the left leg out. Patrick will stay with the knee bend. Exhale, drop it for 5. Left, drop for 4. Left, drop for 3. Left, drop for 2. Left, drop for 1. Lift and stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop down. We start to come up. And we send the right hand onto the ground so that we find a modified plank. So right hand is down. And I find my modified plank. Left arm can reach up. I start to press into my right hand so that I can lift the left foot. And I'm thinking about guiding it forward. So yes, we will cross here and send it out. Again, forward for 4, back, forward for 3, back, forward for 2, back, smile. I know it's hard. Forward for 1, stay and drop the foot forward. So we find our lizard stand. Widen the foot and move again the knee from side to side, like remember with these nice movements. I like sometimes also to turn my toes and my foot so that I can find a little bit more space into my hips. So keep it a little bit more organic. Find your lizard pose, slide the right knee a little bit more back, drop your left elbow first, since you are on the left leg, right elbow then. And we want just to find like a nice sensation. So I know that the sensation for us in lizard, for some of us can be extremely confronting, but think about extending the spine, looking forward. I always say the future is bright, so why looking back? On the next inhalation, we move like before. Either you stay here or you come into your hands or you grab the ankle with the right hand. If before you went with the crown of the head down, of course you could have done it also now. Bending the knee and catch it with the left hand. So first we kick the foot away, so we find more opening to the left shoulder. Exhale, bring the heel towards the bum. Open, kick the foot away. Exhale, heel towards the bum. Inhale, open. Exhale, heel towards the bum. Last one. Open. Exhale, heel towards the bum. Release both hands down. And then we find a nice step back in our downward facing dog. But first, we try to lift the left foot from the ground very, very intensively. Bring the knees down, tuck your toes. Find your downward facing dog. Pedal the feet, move the hips from side to side. And just invite a little bit of movement. We will try to find our center of balance. This one is pretty hard, at least it is for me. I bring my left foot into the middle of the mat and I send my right leg up. I find a three-legged dog, squaring the hip down. And I press into my right hand. Direction is two-legged dog. Patrick will show you with the hand side for support. I will send my left hand side on my left hip. And I stay here for 3, 2, and 1. I start to wave forward. I find my awkward plank. So I lift my heel. Patrick will show still with the hand in front. And exhale. Two-legged dog. I do it just another time because I know I can. Or maybe I didn't get it right at the first round. So I find my awkward plank. And exhale. Two-legged dog. Three-legged dog, left hand down. Exhale, right foot between the hands, step forward. We bring the left knee onto the ground and we find a very tight lizard pose here. So instead to have the foot out, we keep the foot into the middle and we start to drop the knees also here. Option here to grab again, to keep the elbows onto the ground, or like before, you open onto the side. Whatever you want to do, or whatever you want to do, start to tuck the back toes, and lift the back knee. Exhale, drop it gently. Inhale, left. Exhale, drop. Inhale, left. Exhale, drop. Inhale, lift. Last 2, drop. And left. Last 1, drop. And lift and stay. Stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Start to lift the chest up, drop the left knee, free the hands from under the right thigh and send the hips back. We find our half split or the Anumasana. So we start to add a little bit of functional cueing, pressing the heel down, pull the hip into the femur into the hip socket, lift the chest as you breathe in, and exhale, forward, walk your hands forward. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, lengthen. Push the heel into the ground even harder so that you can find even more traction. And pull that femur, so that leg bone back into the hip bone. Pretty hard. Inhale, lift the chest. Now, hands under the shoulder. Think about rounding the spine very strong. We try to find some active flexibility, either pointing the toes or flexing the toes. Pretty personal. We will try to lift for 5, this right leg of ours, and then hold it for 5 as well. So when you're ready, belly in, inhale, lift for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. Patrick, we stay like just intensively activating the back chain. It doesn't matter, front chain, everything is active. Exhale, drop, framing the right foot, stepping back, finding our plank position. Exhaling, finding the chaturanga, knees onto the ground. Inhale, up dog, rolling on top of the feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. Amazing. So if we remember correctly, we have a couple of awkward plans, awkward plans or awkward planks in our way. Bring the right foot into the middle of the mat. Start to lift the left leg up. Now I'm actively pressing into my left hand to find balance, bringing my right hand side of the right hip, finding a two-legged plank, two-legged dog, shifting weight into the front, finding an awkward plank. For 1, exhale, back for your two-legged dog. And then again, awkward plank. I lost it there, but it's all good. And again, two-legged dog. As you hear, send your right arm forward. Bring the left foot between the hands, round, 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 round. And again, we will find a very tight lizard pose, dropping the right knee first and finding space under, if you want, the left thigh, or closing a little bit the hands inside the left foot. Inhaling here. Finding your lizard and start to lift the back knee for 5. Exhale, drop it down. We want to think about the heel be pulled back, more than just knee lifting up, drop the knee for 3, for 2, and for 1. Exhale, drop your knees down, come up from wherever you were, and then find your half split, Ardha Anumasana. Send the hip back, and then press the heel down, pull the femur back in, inhale, lift the chest, exhale, fold. Think about left shoulder, left knee, lengthen through the spine. Stay here for 3. Stay here for 2. And on the next inhalation, lift the chest, bring the hands under the shoulders, start to think about already rounding the spine, recruiting abdominal muscle, back muscle, everything you need in order to lift the left leg off the ground for 5 times and hold it for 5. So when you're ready, inhale, lift for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Stay. I forgot to say, but here, if you have block at home, you can always hold blocks under the hands. And exhale, drop, step back, find your plank position. Inhale into your plank, knees on the ground, off the ground, find your chaturanga. Inhale, find your up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a couple of breaths in our downward facing dog. Breathing in and out. Just directly in the breath onto our point of balance, but mostly like wherever is needed, and we feel that is helping us in the process of finding grounding. On the next inhalation, we will look between the hands and take a little hop, sending the feet, I would say, outside of your hands. So little hop, little step, however feels good for you. Maybe just landing the feet out. And we start to place the feet parallel to the short part of the mat, so it's a tight squat, and we will start to squat down. So we'll introduce the concept of knee drops today. So, but before doing that, we will do a little bit of internal rotation at the hip. So think about using your hands for support. Patrick will show you with using the hands for support. You want to keep the foot onto the ground, so the inner foot onto the ground. As we rotate, we will start towards the left hand on the mat, so dropping the right knee first. So I'm just rotating, keeping the foot down, dropping the knee onto the floor, and I'm coming back up, and I do it onto the other side. So we'll do roughly 4 switches. Back in, drop it, And again, inhale, come back to position. You can keep your hands wherever feels good for you, according like essentially how it works best. All right, come up. Third switch. Last one. One in, and again. One on the left. Start to come back with the feet a little bit closer. We move towards knee drop. We can always use the hands as a support. So I will roll onto the bottom of my foot, and I will slow drop my knees onto the floor. And I will shift the weight back. So if you want, you can really lean back to lift both knees off the ground or use the hands. And find again a very tight malasana. Again, last three. Drop and lift. Last two. Drop and lift. Last one. Drop and lift. Now we have a pretty tight and low malasana. We'll press into the feet, brace the glutes, and come all the way up to standing. Bringing the feet together. Take a moment here to separate the hand side of the hips. Close your eyes. Just remember, we just invite different way to move so that we keep our brain fresh, our body supple and strong, and we can find that playfulness that I was speaking at the beginning, also when we are in a place that is confronting. On the next inhalation, start to open your eyes, bring the feet slightly together, send the arms up, breathe in. Exhale, swan dive down, fold from your Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands down, option to bend the knees, step or jump back into your chaturanga, bending the elbows at the same time. Inhale, find your up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment here, breathe in and out from the nostrils. On the next inhalation, gaze between the hands, lift the heels, and think about jumping to a seated position. So cross the legs in front and jump to seated. Send the legs in front and bend the knees. Finding a moment for our seated cat and cow. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale, open up. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, open up. Exhale, rounding and progressively letting go onto the ground. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Keeping the knees along, bringing the knees along. And just rock your lower back from side to side. Finding our recline twist. Bring the knees together and open the arms like cactus arms with elbows bent, sorry. Keep the knees bent, drop the hips, move the hips towards the right side, and then drop the knees towards the left. Keeping the left hand on top of the right knee, option to place a block under the hips if it's needed. Gaze with your eyes closed towards the right shoulder. Inhaling, start to come up and change. Adjust the hips, maybe use your toes onto the ground with the intention of moving the hips onto the left side and drop the knees towards the right. Also here, slowing down the breath. Inhale, bring the knees in. Rock your hips from side to side. And move into your Shavasana. Separate the feet, separate the arms. Maybe make sure that you squeeze your face, squeeze the face, squeeze the hands, squeeze the feet, squeeze everything so that you're sure you're relaxing. Maybe like really feel that everything is tensing up, and then dropping everything down, making little sounds as you landing. And slowing down the breath. I want to ask you to stay here roughly other 3 minutes into your Shavasana. I want to thank you for being with us today and practice together. Hope to see you soon in class here or in one of our events in presence. Thank you again.